Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Monday, May 2nd. And today we have the moon finishing up in Pisces. We have a grand earth trine. That's a kite still. And we also have a grand earth trine as well. So we have two grand earth trines. And when we have a trine, an energy of earth energy, what it really does is asks us to connect to stability and longevity and deliberate moves. It's a very slow energy. So for some of you that are being asked to slow down, who are very action oriented, this energy is going to be super frustrating because you're going to want to take actions, but you know intuitively that the time isn't right. So I would be really mindful of that. Today, the moon in Pisces is going to conjunct Chiron in Pisces from about 8 a.m. and for the rest of the day. Now, this is Pacific time. So today, I think you're going to be faced with reality, or you're going to be faced with the reality of what you're investing in as far as your future. This has a very longevity type flavor to it. So many of the conversations, many of the thoughts that you are having, many of the intuitive, directive pulls that you are having have to do with areas of longevity or stability or the lack thereof in those areas. And so if some of you are festering continuously about a specific area or a wound, when you have the moon conjunct Chiron, your emotions, your instincts, and everything are going to have you assess areas of sensitivity, areas where wounds lie, areas where there is healing that's necessary. This is a deeply karmic healing day. So whatever your gut, your intuition is guiding you to pay attention to, please today make sure that you respect that energy, and you will stay in a very high form of vibration of Piscean energy. It is very easy with this type of energy that if you are connecting to the moon in Pisces, which is squaring off with Saturn in Sagittarius, which is all having to do with the past, you could feel very hypersensitive, you could feel vulnerable, you could feel intense anxiety over the opposition. This could be a day where the reality is you haven't addressed your wounds. You haven't addressed the issues. You are escaping your reality. It is the excessiveness of your nature is out of balance. Saturn could point that out in a very harsh way today. For some of you that are being, that are losing their way on the path. So, but for some of you, this is healing. This is a release. This is the end of cycles. The moon is going to move into Aries, and that is when our emotions become very self-oriented, very assertive, very self-aware. In this energy, the moon, when it sits in Pisces like this, and it's squaring off with Saturn, and it's conjunct with Chiron, what it's deeply saying to you is that you need to address kind of the bigger picture. This has a lot to do with getting in touch with your emotions on a very intense level. So there will be a desire to focus for some of you on what you value most. Again, it will be attached to longevity and stability. Pisces energy is the end of the zodiac. So it's an accumulative feeling of something. The feelings, the emotions we're building today, there's a release, or there's a revelation, or there's a realization. Whatever today, there is like an accumulative flavor to an emotional situation, or an emotional vulnerability, or an emotional awareness, or however you want to look at it. So I think today is incredibly important to understand that while some of you are experiencing these realizations, and we have so much past energy, and Mars is in retrograde, that we are slowing down. Many of us are going to feel tired, sleepy, unusually motivated, You're going to feel just a little bit psychologically drained and mentally drained, emotionally drained for some of you as we're going through this kind of massive reboot right now. I think that delays are possible today. They could make you hypersensitive. I believe many of you are. I believe that if some of you are prone to panic attacks, anxiety disorders, if you are going to feel so much energy that you could misunderstand that what you're feeling has to do with you, but it doesn't. You are absorbing a lot of energy today from the universe, and so some of you may just feel deeply compelled to be just I would, if I am, sometimes when energy inundates me being an empath, I definitely close down, I isolate, I escape. Escaping comes in a couple ways. In this type of energy, some of you may need to escape to keep your sanity. So as soon as you get home, it is about nurturing and recharging yourself, and allow your body to be your sensor. If you feel tired, go to bed early. If you don't feel like doing anything that night, let yourself have that downtime to charge, because that's what your body's telling you to do. I believe that recharging is super important. It realigns your energy. Because what we're dealing with is releasing the past and blocks in energy. If you ever went and had like a really good massage, and when you have a massage afterwards, you can kind of feel if you have not really hydrated yourself, they tell you that, you need to kind of relax. You need to drink a lot of water because you have released a lot of toxins into your system. I believe what we're doing in this energy is releasing a lot of toxicity, mental toxicity in our systems. And so I believe that we need to respect that. I think that Saturn is allowing you the time to restructure areas in your life that require attention. So if you experienced delays, realizations, roadblocks, obstacles, that is just Saturn's hint to say, I need you to stop what you're doing, and I need you to just, and it will direct you. Saturn's a powerful energy, and I believe that it has something to do with reflection or recalling the past, or really restructuring something. Saturn wants to get you in control of something. And so for some of you that have that obstacle, that squaring off feeling, that just means restructure the area that Saturn is redirecting. So the positive energy in today is that Neptune and Pisces will conjunct the moon in Pisces, as well as Neptune and Pisces is at the base of this glorious, harmonious flow of energy called the Grand Earth Trine, which is a kite. So Pisces energy right now is flowing. It's really just a beautiful energy. It's karma. It's the end of cycles. It's a release. It's imagination. It's innovative thinking. It's creativity. That is what is festering right now. Positive sources of energy, guys. So today, some of you may experience just a sense of release, and that will kind of, I look at it as like if you had a dark cloud over you, and then the sun just moved all of that darkness away from you, and the clouds moved away and the sun just shined on you. I believe some of you will have that type of feeling in today. I believe that your desires will be guided by spirit today. This is a spiritual day for some of you that believe in spirit. It is definitely a day where I'd pull out tarot decks, or I would do some meditation, or I would really be a receiver in this day, I think, is the key, because there's very important data that's going to be downloaded. And if you're out there just really distracting yourself, or if you are escaping in negative ways, masking it with drugs, masking it with alcohol, masking it with anything that allows you to not be in reality, not to be that receiver, then you're not going to receive what you need to receive today, which is a beautiful energy if you allow the energy to float into you. I believe that, yeah, there's a negative source of energy in today, and I believe for some of you that's revelation. That's realizations. That's where the dream meets reality. That's where, I wanted to be an actor, right? But the reality is, when I went to California, I couldn't get a gig. I couldn't even get, I don't know, where they try out for things. Like, I couldn't get any of that attention. And so the reality is, to pursue your dreams, it is constant dedication and work. And so it's like our dream world is going to be merging with our reality. So for some of us that are trying to make that dream a reality, we need Saturn in there to set us up for all of what reality has to offer that dream. And then we need to make a decision. Gosh, is that dream really what I would really want to align with still? I mean, if that's really what I got to do to make that dream a reality, don't know if I want to do that. So I think that today is very, very possible, because we have the grand Earth trine, and that has to do with our past. So we're thinking and we're festering, and for some of us, there's realizations, there's about the past. Mercury is really adding some really interesting dynamics to what we value. It's changing, it's molding what we value, and that's really uncomfortable in this energy. But I also believe that the grand Earth trine and the Sun in Taurus is going to be quincunxing Saturn. This suggests to me deeply that many of you are pulling out the Taurian side of stubborn, obstinate. You just refuse in this energy to do what's good for you. And then there's a sense of, you know what? This doesn't please me. Excessive pleasure pleases me. I'm going to go please me. It's me energy. Because what you are trying to do is align yourself with superficial ways that you can attain value in your life. And even if that's in the moment, even if that's eating that decadent whole entire cheesecake instead of just having the one thing, the one slice of cheesecake. Some of you could be feeling that. I think that for some of you, there are problems that you have had before. In this energy, I think you are going to be facing controlling your desires for excessive pleasure seeking. I believe, what I really deeply believe, what the North Node and South Node are all about is, is balancing all of this. There's the need for us to, really solidify our routines, and to really live in a state of balance, and to really remove excessive desires and wants and needs from our lives, and understand that pleasure truly comes from stability and longevity and consistency, instead of from instability, living in the moment. 1 minute it feels good, 1 minute it doesn't feel good. I mean, that's very Piscean energy and a low vibration. We're moving, the North Node is asking us to move away from that and create some sense of consistency. The grand Earth trine, that's a kite, all this month is about consistency, making life good all the time. Now, does that mean that it's high good all the time? No. There's no extreme high and there's no extreme low. That's what we're trying to get to in this energy. And I believe that some of you today are going to feel like, kind of stabbed in the gut by Saturn, because Saturn is going to be asking you to gain control of what you desire. And is it healthy and is it not healthy for you? I mean, I think that's super important for you to evaluate during these decadent trines that are going to want you to get lost in excessive pleasure seeking. For some of us, the pleasure seeking is, God, I just have a great simple life. I'm really in balance. And I'm really, if I eat a really amazing cheesecake, I'm going to go work out. That is kite. The grand earth trine that is just caught in the negative and all this quincunx and Saturn and squaring and all this stuff, that is, I deserve it, I want it, and you're going to repeat past patterns over and over again that you have been being shown for a long time to stop being excessive in. And guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again